What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am your host as usual, Rashid White. All right, so we heard it from Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal. All of a sudden, they're big KD fans now, and they're not calling him the bus driver anymore. And they're saying that the Phoenix Suns are actually coming out the West. Okay, really? It's good. They're just going to steamroll everybody. There's so much uncertainty. Let me tell you something. There's just one person that's actually standing in their way, and that's this man, Ja Morant. You think Ja Morant? Listen, Ja Morant is a effing problem. Okay, he's gonna put so much pressure on your defense. You're talking about an older CP3. Who's gonna guard him? All right, who's gonna guard him? You're talking about an older Chris Paul, who always gets hurt, and more than likely, and we look at their record real quick. More than likely, they're gonna probably meet in the latter days of the playoffs right there. You know, so there's gonna be a lot of injuries. None of these teams are gonna be healthy per se. No matter how much rest they actually get, there's gonna be some bumps, there's gonna be some bruises, and there's gonna be some injuries. Now, everybody's counting the Memphis Grizzlies out. Oh, they're too immature, blah, blah, blah. Listen, they have talent, okay? They have talent. And I want to look at the roster of the Phoenix Suns over here, man. Let's look at this roster real quick and see what he actually have. Because, yes, you have Devin Booker, but you're talking about, like, one guy, man. You know what I'm saying? You need, like, wing, like you got rid of Mikal Bridges. I think this trade is it's really, really a big mistake, man. You know, you need these wing defenders, and they don't have them. They really don't have them. I don't care who you actually get in the buyout market. They're going to be old, broken down players, and we haven't really. This is not back in the days. Like back in the days where, like in the late 90s, the 90s, the early 2000s. You know, the game is played at such a fast pace right now, man. You see it. You watch it yourself. And, you know, you're talking about older, slower, broken down players, man. You need, like, you know, you call it stallions, man. And you don't get that really in the buyout market. You know, either, you know, if you do get one, they haven't been playing in a long time. And it takes a lot of time for them to get their endurance up, get their wind up. So, Mavericks are going to be tough, man. Clippers aren't going to be easy. You know, I know they're number 5 seed. And what about if the actual Golden State, I'm sorry, not yet, but we'll get to them in a second. But the Pelicans, if they actually start getting Zion back, and you got Brandon Ingram back, you have Herb Williams, the Jose Alvarado kid is tough. I mean, he's going to play hard. This is not going to be easy. Now, we've seen in the Boston Celtics series how Kevin Durant actually really struggled against that kind of defense. It's not like he's a smaller guard where he can actually put the ball on the floor quick. He has a handle, but it's like a freight train somewhat. You know, it's not like he just gets downhill quick like a Giannis Antetokounmpo, man. He has to somewhat get going, break you down off the dribble a little bit. And you're talking about Kawhi Leonard, man. Like, he's still a really good defender, man. Once you can't allow him to get you can't allow him to actually get his defense set on you, man. Once you do that, you might as well just move the ball. Then you're just eating up shot clock. Then this is not a really, really good constructed roster. Now you got T.J. Warren on here. You know, they actually got him back in the trade from Brooklyn, but you know, again, he missed 2 years, and it's a lower extremity issue. You know, so it's, you know, there's certain psychological hurdles that, you know, they have to, as a basketball player, you gotta have to clear in your head. You know, same thing with Kevin Durant over here. That's another thing, man. I mean, he had 2 knee injuries in the past 2 years. Same kind of injury. You think he's gonna be kind of thinking about that a little bit? You know, like, damn, what about somebody runs into my knee again? You know, because it's a 30-40% probability that can happen. So I just don't think that this team is really constructed. I think they're going to have to wait until the offseason to really kind of make some moves. I think that this is an emotional move by Kevin Durant. And just like, and let's say they actually do make it out of the West, you know. More than likely, it's going to be Boston or the Bucks. Yeah, I think that's stopping Giannis, man. You know, that dude is a beast, man. He's just on another planet. And all they'll keep doing is just putting Chris Paul in there. They'll put DeAndre Ayton in there and high screens, and they'll keep constantly doing that over and over and over again, where DeAndre Ayton actually might just be unplayable. You know, you're talking about DeAndre Ayton from an offensive perspective. Yeah, it's 2-pointers. You know, the way these teams can actually hit the 3-pointer. You know, I know KD can get hot, man, but I mean, the way these guys can hit the 3, and even the Clippers over here, man, the Clippers actually have a really, really good roster, man. A really good roster. Terrence Mann versus CP3. Who wins that matchup right there? I mean, Terrence Mann is a beast, you know, in terms of from an athletic standpoint. You're talking about Kawhi Leonard. You're talking about Paul George, PG-13. The Pelicans at one point, you know, when they were actually healthy, was a really good team. So and even Sacramento over here, I didn't even realize Sacramento was actually the number 3 team. But I mean, the Sabonis kid, I mean, he's tough. He is tough. And then you got a lot of guards on there. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know about this Phoenix thing. I know what the media is trying to put out there. You know, look at the Memphis Grizzlies roster. Jaren Jackson Jr., if he can not foul as much, if he can just stay disciplined mentally and not foul, I mean, they can even kind of go somewhat small and just kind of put him at the 5, take Steven Adams out. And Memphis plays hard, man. You got Dylan Brooks who's going to get under KD's skin. I know KD will destroy him, but it's not going to, you know, he's going to have to really work. You know, and Desmond Baines, he plays hard, man. I mean, Memphis, these dudes are no joke, man. You know, and I just don't, you know, and then Ja Morant actually added the 3-ball to his shot, man, to his game. I don't know how you stop Ja Morant. I don't know. You see, I'm lost for words over here, man. That dude is ridiculous. And nobody on the Phoenix Suns, with their roster, the way it's currently constructed, they do not have an answer for that man. You know, you're going to have to pray. And then what about Golden State over here? What about Golden State somewhat kind of turns things around? They got Gary Payton back. You know, if they actually turn things around, do you want to actually face them in a 7-game series? I don't know how long Steph is going to be out, but Draymond will still be there. Andrew Wiggins will be there. Kevon Looney's a big man that can slide his feet, move his feet. He's going to be physical. You know, I want to see how DeAndre Ayton actually is in a playoff series. If they start, remember the physicality, they let a lot of this stuff go in the playoffs. You know, you seen what happened with the Nets last year, and Boston was physical. You know. Nah, this is a bad move by Kevin Durant. You know, I understand, and I know I'm being somewhat biased because, you know, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, but I think he should have stayed with the Nets. I mean, they had, you know, wings until, you know, Finney Smith. I mean, this is. I mean, I would advise you guys stop listening to the media, man. The media will lead you down a really dark hole and a really dark abyss. All right, so I will wrap the video up. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, certainly share this video. And when you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.